Even the championship,
Well,
you know what?
you-
We look like a good championship cup side.
Yeah.
You know that one championship cup side?
There's always that one team, the championship, just has a little bit of a run. Get knocked out like Peterborough.
Yeah.
You sound like my old man. He just predicts everything at the end of the season because I told you.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Every Week We Follow podcast, the Aston Villa podcast where we share views on everything Villa related, including pre-match views, match reaction, highlights of past and present, statistics and more. My name is Sam Rayworth, editor of the website. I have with me Glenn Goodwin, writer for Every Week We Follow, and Villa season ticket holders and away game regulars Willem Rayworth and Reece Lloyd. We are back. We're back. Boys, we're back. Start of the season, Saturday, Watford. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to catch up on. Obviously, the last episode was before the Euros, but we won't go too much into the Euros or, you know, the person that we were supporting during that. I was saying to Glenn, Voldemort. Was it you? Oh, it was somebody else. It must have been somebody else. Voldemort. We don't say his name.
Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Tells lies.
But yeah, well, we will obviously talk later in the episode about the game and pre-match, but I think the one thing we want to start off with and get it out of the way straight away, because we don't want to have any more chat, is, like I say, Voldemort, Jack Grealish.
Disappointing, wasn't it?
Ugh.
Sickening.
The thing is for me, like, it is just the most. It's just, God, yeah. I mean, look, you know what? You want to play Champions League football. You want to play it now. Okay. Fair play. You've gone and done it. Fair play. But it's just disappointing because, you know, you read what he put last year, my city, my club, my team. I love playing for this club. Minutes after saying, I want a release clause in my contract for a club in Champions League football. Okay, fair enough. I'm not begrudging him for wanting to play Champions League football. But it's just all the whole facade about... It's just so. It's just what could. It's almost what could have been. I'm just so disappointed. The team, you know, with Jack in it would have been good, but you know, we've got the opportunity to move on. I think we've reinvested the money really well. But yeah, it's just disappointing, isn't it? For a kid, you know, that's grew up. You know, there's photos of him in a Villa kit when he's like 5-6 years old, and he gets to, you know, just when we're about to go somewhere, just when where you could think. We're like serious contenders for Europe this season. We could 1 or 2 more years. He sticks around. We could. Who knows? We could be there. Well, certainly, you know, we're fighting for Europa League. I'd have thought with him in the squad this season. We're so close. But it's just disappointing.
It's another for me. It's just another one again, and I fell for it. I fell for my club, the loyalty thing, and after. Delph, even looking back at even like Dwight York, like growing up, it's another one, and I believed him, and I believed the hype of my club, and you know, my city. You know, the hype around is never going to leave, all that kind of stuff, and I fell for it, and then he's gone. So, but what I can say is, I think the club have done it quite well. The 100 million clause was in there, so there's nothing we could do. I don't blame Purslow one, but actually I got quite a lot of respect for him because. He went to Real Madrid and Man United first. He was trying to sell Grealish to Man United and Real Madrid before City to give him that Champions League football, which is what he wanted. So maybe Jack didn't come out and say, I want to go to Man City. He said, I want to go play Champions League football. So we tried to get him Real Madrid. Obviously Barcelona broke. There's probably no other real interest he wanted. So we tried the Man United, tried Real Madrid. I think that's for a club, I think that's a good move. Because I think he didn't need to go to City, and that's just one that winds a bit money-wise, and I think it winds everybody up money-wise. Yeah. And realistically, there shouldn't really be in the Champions League, and they should have a transfer embargo at the moment. But well, that's what happened with Messi, isn't it? They've got financial fair play on the backs, Barcelona, so that's it. City are currently under investigation for financial fair play, but they're still allowed to sign a £100 million player they don't need.
The other thing for me is that I've seen someone put it just before we let Reece have his go. It was going to Man City to win trophies is like losing your virginity to a prostitute.
I've seen that spot on.
But it is actually spot on. It's like, well, of course, you know, what's the challenge anymore for him? You know, you just all right. You know what? Fair play. He's gonna win trophies. He will win trophies. It's inevitable. But what's really the reward by doing it? If you were doing it with Villa, it's 10, 15 times huge. The whole of football backs you to do it.
Legendary status.
Legendary status. But it's just it just. I mean, you can. It does and it doesn't. It lacks a bit of ambition. Because of that lot, what we just said, of that challenge to win trophies or compete in with your club and so your so-called club, or you're just going to go and be another one of the players that, okay, if he wasn't a Villa fan, you'd understand it, and if he wasn't giving it the big,
that's the problem.
That's about and how low he's been with us, and to get to this point now, and to get to the place where we're literally probably 2 to 3 pieces of the jigsaw away. Just to leave at the first time he's really had the club that's come into him.
I mean, the thing is, you look at the Bucks, their main player. You know, he's Giannis. He's been there for like years, and he's stuck with them, and he's stuck with the project that they've got over in America, and they've won the NBA last season. And I think what upsets Villa fans is that we were so close to having the new club legend, weren't we? He could have been the next legend. I think the last legend we probably have, looking at Paul McGrath, someone like that. Yeah. If he would have stayed at Villa, even I'd probably say, even if he would have stayed at Villa for a few more years, or probably even gone to Real Madrid, I don't think the reaction would have been as bad. I think it's the fact he's gone to Man City, like Glenn have said, they're just a club are out of control with buying at the moment. They buy success, don't they, for being quite honest about it.
It's actually cost them £100 million per trophy.
But there you go. So
they've won a lot of trophies.
I mean, this says it all. So that, they do buy their success, whatever way you want to put it. I'd love to be in that position. Don't get me wrong, because it's great to win trophies. But there we go. But yeah, I think what hurts Villa fans is the fact that we could have had a club legend on our hands with Jack. He was living all our dreams. He was captain of Villa. Like, for me, there's no greater honour as a Villa fan in the world than to captain the Villa. Like, he actually used to walk up to the old end and applaud the whole end with his armband on. Yeah. It's just, it blows my mind. Yeah. Like, that is like, as a kid...
Everybody's dream.
That is your dream as a Villa fan, isn't it? So, I think what hurts people, it's gone to the core with people, because it's not just about him moving to Man City. It's right down to the core of your values.
It feels like he now thinks he's better than us. Like, it feels like, forget about Villa. I'm on another level now. See ya. I'm a bit. See ya.
It's the same way. Every club now sings he's one of our own about some player, but he actually was. He was a part of us. He was one of our own, and everyone absolutely adored him. And now he's just another Ashley Young, another James Milner, another Gareth Barry,
another Fabian Delph.
Fabian Delph, and Dwight York. Yeah, so it's just.
It's one of them. But I mean, the positives are for me that. Look, I mean, there's not many positives to take because he's an exceptional footballer. Let's have it right. Best player I've probably seen in the Villa shirt. But 100%. The focus has been on him the last few seasons, rightly so, because he's been our top player, our key player. But we've relied very heavily on him. When he's been out the side, we've struggled big time. I've looked at the business and moving to that as our next topic. Look at the business we've done. We've now got rather than one quality player moving forward, we've got an array of talent now, which is what we've been crying out for years. I'm looking at the Buendia signing, superb. A player who can cut open defences, exactly what we need in that midfield. I'm looking at Danny Ings. I don't know where that's come from, but that is, for me, that is one of the signings of the summer. I think it's
changed
superb.
Everything for me. That did. That day when he was basically gone, and all of a sudden, I think Sam rang me up, just screaming, almost like screaming and laughing down the phone. We just signed Danny Ings. I was like, how the hell? Where the hell has that come from?
Unbelievable.
He came out of nowhere, and I think he's one of the best strikers in the Premier League. If we can keep him fit, and onto your Buendia point, if they can link up, it could be special.
It really could.
Leon Bailey as well brings another dimension, pace, directness. I can't say I've watched a lot of him, but he's a player that I think, especially more probably the younger generation of fans would know a lot about because of FIFA and all.
I've heard someone told me he's the third fastest player on FIFA. Obviously,
to be fair, we've been missing pace for a long time.
Yeah,
if he's the third fastest player on FIFA, he must be pretty quick.
I think it's something like I got told it in the pub, and I was like, "Why are you telling me this? You're a grown bloke." But yeah, apparently that's true. That's true.
But yeah, like we said, but to move on from that, because we do have to. There can be no hangover. The fact that we've got the output. Grealish obviously had about God knows how many goals and assists, around 16 was it combined?
Big heavy
last
contributor
season.
when it last
And
season.
then we've brought in Buendia, Bailey, and Ings, who together goals and assists together have got about 76 combined.
It matches us. Ben Deer, when he was in the Premier League with Norwich 2 seasons ago, he got the same or maybe more assists than Jack.
Right, okay.
So that's, I know maybe might have played more games, but it's a pretty good swap, isn't it?
It's not
Most
bad.
good.
it was about, I think he was just below Jack on chances created,
I think he was second.
which is about
behind
70, and Jack was on
And
about
Norwich
80.
were dog. You know what I mean? They were
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think with the Ings, I think what impressed with the Ings signing is that even just having pub conversation, we were all saying it. We need a backup striker, right? I don't think Danny Ings will be a backup, by the way, but we need another option up top.
Yeah.
I didn't think we had the pulling power at this stage, at this part of the project, to get someone of that quality and convince him to come. It says a lot for what we're building at the Villa at the moment. I was looking at it and I was saying we need either someone who's like an old soldier who literally will be happy to sit on the bench and will just, almost like we got with Ashley Young, who will be a good addition to the squad.
Yeah.
But won't mind sitting on the bench, or we get someone who you've never heard of, who's really young and hungry, probably from the lower divisions. The fact we've got Danny Ings, who's just a proven out-and-out goal scorer, I think's absolutely fantastic.
Did you watch his interview? I think they put it on the Instagram or Twitter. Danny Ings' interview.
About
Yeah.
this
I
whole
spoke to
no
him, and he basically, when he came out in the interview, said, "Well, why did you want to join Villa?" And they said, "Oh, it was like one of the most best kept secrets in transfer history."
Yeah.
It happened all in two. He literally got contacted the day before saying, "Do you want to join Villa?" And he sees his reaction straight away. Well, obviously heard about the project and a bit more was going on with it, but straight away he's like, "I'm in." And before that, he's apparently openly come out and said, "I want to move to play Champions League football." And the
There
fact
you go.
that we've managed to pull him shows that he believes in the project.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's question marks for me, really. I mean, there's no question marks about Danny Ings at all for me. He's like you said,
Maybe only his injuries.
finishing. Yeah, but we hope. I think he possibly has touched wood. He's got over that.
I think over the last 4 years, I think the injury thing was a Liverpool thing. If you look at his last 4 seasons, I think he's missed a handful of games. I thought that as well, and someone pulled me up on it.
But he's 20 goals. You can see him scoring 20 goals in this Villa side at least with the chances that were created.
Yeah.
And that could be the difference. I think sometimes last season, obviously you can't really criticise Watkins for the impact that he had. But if there was one criticism of him, he missed a lot of big chances. I think
The
5
easier
or 6
ones.
big chances, and if we had scored them, we could have been in a different position now. And it does also give us the opportunity to go 2 up top, which we haven't really seen for a while, to be fair, down at Villa Park.
Not really.
A 4-4-2 like that. But no, it gives us a different option. We're happy to obviously now have. You look, because last season we looked at the bench and there was no different really. You had El Ghazi and Tracy. It was the same subs, wasn't it? Every single week.
No depth.
No depth. And you look at us now and you go, okay, we're a threat, and we can, if we need to, bring players off the bench. I still think we were probably a centre midfielder light. Good solid addition to Anzebi was as well.
Yeah.
Nice to have him back, albeit on a loan. But I do think Begard was decent enough cover anyway. We really like the look of him. But yeah, I think we're probably a centre midfielder light just in there. But also saying that, we haven't really seen what Sanson can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. Unfortunately, he's missed basically pre-season again, and we were saying last season how important it is
Him and
for
Troy
him
were
and Troy
saying,
Allway
weren't
to
they?
get it, and they were both pretty much missed the majority of it.
Yeah.
So it's not ideal, but I think we still be positive, and we still can be looking at least top half this year.
So talking more about the missed pre-season, it's not just him. It's not just them two that have missed it through injury, but I think we've all kind of missed the pre-season, and we're all a bit slacking behind.
I think I was just about to mention pre-season, but yeah, I think pre-season's been a bit of a calamitous.
I think a lot of teams have. I don't think it's just us either. I think a few of them have struggled as well.
I think I'm disappointed to have the game called off on Saturday. I think we needed that.
Yeah.
Especially after what had happened in the week, bring all the fans back together. I think that Danny Ings signing would have changed the complexion of Saturday completely.
Yeah.
People would then became excited again to go back to Villa Park after such bad news during the week. So it's definitely a shame that got called off. But yeah, again, it's COVID. It's like I said, I'm sure the teams have had poor pre-seasons. We're lucky that we're going in against, touch wood, we're going in against Watford, and we're not going in against, say, Man City, and we get thumped, on the first game of the season. So hopefully we can, get 3 points and whatnot. But yeah, let's Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I think with the pre-season, I think look, it's been a bit stop-start for a lot of teams, and I think it's been quite late as well when you look at it. But I think all we got to do is just focus on the season. I think the one benefit of this transfer window, and Will touched upon it, is that we've built on the squad. Like, so I'm looking at the squad now, and I'm looking at the cover for left back and right back. He's now Mohamed Neil Taylor now. It's Ashley Young. My cover at centre half is House and Twanzebe. You know, we're building a squad now, and it's great to, you know, but in a fully fit side, your backup wingers are probably going to be El Ghazi and Traore, who were first teamers last year. Yeah. So all of a sudden, and this is, we were talking about this last season. We were saying it all last year. It's all about building slowly but surely each season, and we've done exactly that again this summer. I don't even think we're finished with the business yet. I think we will buy a midfield player. Wouldn't surprise if you see another player come in, because we have at this very moment in time, we've made £10 million profit. We haven't even spent any money yet.
Yeah.
So we've got the ability to make. We could probably spend another 100 million and be absolutely fine.
But also saying that as well, we've also got Philogene Badaisi's had a great pre-season.
He's been our best player.
Been the player of pre-season. Carney obviously is hoping to make an impact this season. We've got young players coming through as well that can also make the impact. So I wouldn't say it's definitely not the end of the world if we weren't to get anyone else in. I know 100% we are going to be trying to get the right player in. Yeah. But if we don't get them, then there's no panic, because we've still got some youngsters, especially Jaden Philogene Badaisi, who looks like he can make an impact in the Prem this season. Yeah. I think we was talking earlier, like he might be the surprise inclusion in the starting 11 on Saturday, because obviously Buendia is a bit of a doubt. Bailey won't be back because he's isolating currently on his his arrival in the country. And yeah, we've got options, and he might sneak in, and let's give him his chance, and hopefully, you know, if he keeps his shirt for the week after, then he's done his job and he's obviously done something right. But yeah, I think I'll back him to make an impact on Saturday.
I think your bench, I mean, you look at your bench now, your bench, with a fully fit team, could consist of Ashley Young, Twanzebe, House, Douglas Luiz, Sanson, Traore, El Ghazi. That's not a bad bench, is it?
Possibly even one of Watkins and Ings.
And then you've got the kids like Chucky and JPB. So that all of a sudden we've got a bench where I'm looking at it and thinking there's a bench there that can mix it up. God forbid if we get someone from League 2 in the second round, it's going to be a 4-0 job, and it could. our squad looks now at the level where I think we can definitely be pushed into that top half.
It's a squad that's been built to play in Europe. We said time and time again on this pod last year that we didn't have a squad to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we went into squad with we went to Europe, the squad that we've got, we would suffer in the league massively.
Yeah.
So, like, now it's still not quite ready, but we really are getting there now. When you put it into perspective with a bench like that, and we can go into these League Cup matches and maybe even like your FA Cup early rounds when you're playing the lower teams, and we can still put out a very good side.
Yeah.
And have give all the big boys a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
I think there also to be the concern that it's not gonna. I can tell you it probably won't click straight away. But no, Bailey hasn't played a single. Bailey hasn't even trained for this. Obviously Bundia's got a knock. Ings and Watkins are, if they are to start as a two, it's a completely new partnership. We're very much, well, especially in the final third, we're a completely new side.
Yeah.
So we are going to have to be patient. We're not going to start as strongly as we did last year.
No way.
But also there's the fact that we have got a bigger squad this year. But they're only going to get better when they play together. So rather than, hopefully, we're seeing a bit of a flip of what happened last year, and we're going to finish strongly, because you can start as well as we did last year, but if you don't finish right, then you're not going to be anywhere near it.
Well, we slipped after Christmas, didn't we, last year?
Exactly. So hopefully we see a bit of a flip. And hopefully we can nick a few dirty, horrible games in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it isn't going to, obviously, like you said, it's still going to be a tough game. We don't really like going Watford, going Vicarage.
Promoted sides are never an easy team to play first game of the season.
But I want to see us winning this year against those down the bottom of the table more. Last season before Christmas,
I think the Burnley game was the one that was after Christmas.
Brighton.
We threw away some horrible games against poor opposition. Sheffield United, we lost.
Yeah.
I want to see us be dominant against those teams. Yeah. And we do always put up a good fight against we always have against like the top half, especially like the top four. We do usually.
Well, we did the double over Arsenal.
Not exactly. I don't. Yeah, Arsenal.
The top six,
they're not
top
four,
7, top 8,
Yeah.
top half, top half. Here's the top half.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to see us be more consistent with the bottom half, and then
Yeah.
just give it a go at the top half, but pick up points against teams below you.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd love us to, with fans back, I'd love us to make Villa Park a fortress and we end the season on like 2 losses at VP. Something like that would be great, wouldn't it? Because I think, when it's rocking, you wouldn't want to come to Villa Park. And I tell you something, Jack's got to come back to Villa Park on a night game in November.
Yeah.
Tell you something, if that's a full crowd under the lights, it's going to be an absolute atmosphere and a half.
It's going to be
You'll
ridiculous.
get booed as well.
And it's going to Man City and it's like 500 people turn up for a Community Shield.
I mean, if we can go to City and get a draw to stop them in the league title, that'd be great. Last game of the season.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be gold.
thinking about
That would be gold.
It was always nice just to see Leicester beat them on Sunday.
It was.
I think
Yeah.
everyone was cheering for
They
him. That
were.
made my day because I watched the game. I was up the horse racing, so we got back into the pub when we got back, and I hadn't even checked my phone or anything. And I walked in the pub, and it was 92 minutes, 1-0 to Leicester.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I turned it on because I had a bit of a messy one on a Friday night, and I was a bit all over the place on Saturday. And I turned it on, and it was Iheanacho just about to step up to take the penalty. I was like, oh, okay. This is going well. This is Doobie. And obviously, seen headband on the left wing. I had a bit of a shocker, though, didn't he?
I didn't really watch much. That's social disco.
Well, apparently,
No, they've been moaned
dispossessed, lost the ball 7 times.
They were moaning on Twitter. Man City fans were moaning on
Oh, are they?
Twitter.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
We should have had Messi.
You should have had Messi.
Should have had Messi. Clown of a club. They are a clown of a club, aren't they?
Like it.
Moving, season predictions. It actually takes us quite nicely. For you 3, Willem, where do you think we'll finish? He's more of a hopeful. Like, where would you?
Where do I think?
got
Where,
to be realistic.
Where do you think? Where do you think you finish?
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you think you
I
finish?
see.
in the top one.
He always does this.
Yeah. We're going to beat Man City 5-0
I can't
last
see.
game of
I
the
can't see
season
a
to
game
win
where
the
I
league.
back us to lose. So, I think we'll probably, realistically, we'll probably be around top half. I think, but it's going to be tough because we're actually, like I said, that final third is completely new. So if we hit the ground running, then why not sneak into Europe? But I can probably see like a 10th job, to be honest.
Do you think that Jack in the squad and now he's gone? Do you think we're a better team now, or were we a better team last season with him in the team?
Well, I haven't seen us play without him yet, so we'll probably have to wait and see that. But the squad as a whole is obviously better, and we can't afford to be reliant on one player as he was last season. I'm interested to see how it will go. Villa Park is going to be a big factor. The whole crowd's going to be bouncing. If Danny Ings gets 25 goals, he's vindicated his fee because it was a lot of money to pay for a 29-year-old who is, like you said, probably had a few injuries in the past and 1 year left on his contract. It's quite a lot of money, but you can't argue because he's, he essentially is a 20-goal a season man.
I think it's a bargain order.
If he gets, you have got to put that to the side really. But he is, if he gets 25 goals this season, you're top 6.
Yeah.
25 goals, you're probably top 6.
I'm going to say top 10 banker. That's what I think, top 10 banker. But then when we're within that top 10, I want to see us finish above a couple of other clubs that we're sort of chasing after.
AKA who he doesn't like.
No, but one
London,
would be Everton. I like to see us finish above Everton.
I think Everton's a good shout.
I'd like to see Banker. We're going to be above Wolves. They've dropped off a bit, haven't they? And then my other one is Arsenal, and another one would be Spurs. So I'd like to see us finish above Spurs, Everton, and Arsenal.
Wolves, Spurs, and Everton. I can't see them having a good season.
Spurs keep
they've all changed the managers.
Depends if Spurs keep.
I think if we finish above them 3, we're 6th.
Yeah,
But they've got Nuno in charge.
Yeah,
he could work for him now.
Tottenham managers.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Piri Pulis.
He could work. He could change it back. Because when he first got to Wolves, he didn't play that style of football. He only started playing it when he got injuries. To be fair.
Oh right, okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm saying that, but when Jimenez was injured,
No.
Well, it's easy to play his brand of football.
He'd already changed it. He wanted to play that football,
right?
And he wanted to change it, and then it just went to pot.
But if you're saying so if I want to finish above those clubs, that's basically saying 7th or 6th because your top 5 is virtually picking itself now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man United, Leicester, Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. That's your top 5.
Yeah.
So we're literally going for 5th. We're going for 6th or 7th. That's what I'd like to see.
The squad needs to step up. If Danny Ings gets 25 goals, you're 100% going to see Buendia and Bailey chip in with a few. McGinn had a very low scoring season last season, so he's probably due a few this year as well, although he is playing a bit of a deeper role. You know, we have got other people that are going to score goals. Grealish never really scored many goals, but he did score important goals for us. But I think those 3 are all going to chip in. Danny Ings gets 25 goals, and Bailey and Buendia are going to score as well. I think it relies on how Ings and Watkins do really our season. Yeah. If we take the chances that we create, because I know we're going to be a good side. We always, and every Dean Smith side looks good. It's just whether we take our chances. If we can be potent in front of goal.
Yeah.
Well, Ings will be potent. I'm telling you right now, Ings will be potent. That guy he's a out and out finisher. He's just a finisher.
Yeah, simple as it.
Which is a great thing. Watkins, because Watkins got a good amount of goals for last season, but he did actually miss a fair few chances. I'd say, and that was just him stepping up a level.
What I like about them pair though is they're totally different strikers. So Watkins gives you that persistence, hold the ball up, he'll make them runs. Whereas Ings, even on Sunday's goal, she's right place, right time straight away. Yeah. It's striker's instinct. You can't teach that for me. No. It's just natural.
That find that half a yard, isn't it?
Yeah, and whilst doing team predictions, talk about McGinn now. I think this will be McGinn's best season in the Villa shirt. I do. I think he's almost been a bit in and out the last couple of seasons in terms of his form. He's looked sharp for me.
He looks fitter and slimmer.
He looks fitter. He looks sharper. Jack's not here. I almost feel like he'll step up a bit. I think McGinn will have a really good season for us this season. It's going to be one of my.
I want McGinn to be captain. I want McGinn to be captain. I know that you'll find that a bit controversial, but if I want him at least as vice captain. So if Mings is injured, I want Mings to be captain.
Yeah. I can't see past Mings captain.
I can't see past Mings captain.
It was Cons on Sunday.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We said this before.
We were talking before, and we'll bring it up again. I don't care saying it again. I think Grealish was captain. You know, he took us up via being captain. You know, he was a great captain in terms of what he did for the football club, and let's be honest, he led with his feet, didn't he, rather than his actions.
Yeah.
In terms of a captain,
smashing his car in Solihull,
it's not great, captain. But in terms of being a leader and leading with example, and being that captain, it's Tyrone Mings, isn't it? He's the biggest leader in the club, so I think Mings has got to be the captain for the season.
He's a massive leader in the country. It's not just club.
I know he's pioneer, isn't he? Yeah. Really, so I think I'd love it if Tyrone Mings was the captain. I think he'd give example. On to predictions. I think for me, 8th. I think we'll be one spot off Europe, and I think he'll upset people. I think we'll finish 8th. We'll just miss out by around 4 or 5 points, and we'll just miss out on Europe. However, I fancy us for a cup this season. I'm going to go for an FA Cup.
An 8th and an FA Cup, and we're in Europe.
There you go. That's my prediction.
Shout me Hansen.
There you go.
Shout me Hansen, I'm having that.
We're 50-1 for the FA Cup.
No, gives a full finish 10th for the FA Cup. That's fine.
50-1 bet Victor when I put it on around a month ago. So I've had a tenner on it.
If we can get a nice little route to the final.
Look at the draw, isn't it? I just think that we've just lost Jack, and I just got this funny premonition that we're gonna lift something, and it's gonna be Dean Smith, and we're gonna have a new picture outside the North Stand.
Yeah. They've already took it off though.
That's what I mean. It's just empty at the minute.
Well, we'll have a new stand.
Well, there you go. But I just think 8th in the league. I think we'll just be sat in Europe, and I just fancy to do something just a bit magical this season. I think we'll probably the League Cup or FA Cup. I don't know.
It'd be written as well, wouldn't it? With Grealish leaving, then we go to something.
That's
magical.
what I mean.
And Man City win nothing.
We beat Man City in the final.
All the stars align for me on this one. I just think I fancy for an FA Cup. You watch, we get knocked out first.
We beat Man City. We beat Man City in the final. That's it. We beat Man City in the final. That's the one.
But I've got a good. I think I say it's every season, but I've got a good feeling for the cups this year.
You do like a cup shout.
I do love a cup shout. One day it's going to pull off. Even the championship. You know what? We look like a good championship cup side.
Yeah. You know that one championship cup side?
There's always that one team, the championship. I think it'll be a run. Get knocked out like Peterborough.
Yeah.
You sound like my old man. He just predicts everything at the end of the season because I told you.
I did told you on the 28th of August that we're going to finish 10th.
Yeah,
And
eighth and a good
first.
cup. You know, I'd even take just another trip to Wembley. It's a great day out.
Oh, yeah.
But we have got to win one.
That's what we live for at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just a trip to
100%.
Wembley.
Yeah, our next cup final,
We've got to
proper
win it,
domestic. We're surely we've got.
But you've
That's
got
been a
to
while.
compare
Yeah.
us to clubs like your Evertons and your
Newcastle,
Newcastle.
they've
They
been to Wembley.
don't get to cup finals. We
That
actually
is
we
true.
get to a lot of cup
do.
finals. I've been to a lot in my lifetime.
Yeah, I think I've been to Wembley 7 times with the Villa.
Yeah.
Newcastle haven't been there once.
Yeah.
It's outrageous, isn't it? You
Fair.
look like that, really. So, should consider yourself lucky. But yeah, I think predictions for the season, I think will be pretty realistic. What about you, Sam? What do you reckon?
Oh, we're not doing. It's not my job this year.
Yeah, but you got to give yourself a prediction.
Come on.
Well, I think we'll. It's a tough one. Like, I mean, the main thing that I have put Willem on the spot really, and he answered like, how can we predict when we don't know half the players?
Yeah,
what they
because-
can
Okay,
do?
well,
We haven't seen them.
yeah, you can do yours next week after Watford then. You can do your prediction after Watford.
I think. Well,
Even still after Watford, we won't have a clue because Buendia
But Bailey won't
Bailey
be,
hasn't
You want to
played
do
a game.
prediction?
I'll do mine in January.
Yeah.
I'll do mine in January.
God. I mean, some outside predictions are
I'd
Villa
say
fans,
top half,
Villa
yeah.
fans to moan. If
Yeah.
you don't pick up 9 points in the first 3,
Yeah,
that's,
Dean
that's a
Smith
prediction.
banner's going to be coming out.
Yeah,
I've seen that a few times. I've been knocked straight back to them.
Yeah, I think people have got to be very patient this season. Not too patient, where say if we are really struggling, I can understand people get frustrated, but it's not going to be the electric start you saw last year. It's going to take a bit of bedding in this season. We might pick up a draw against Watford yet. It's not going to be all roses the first few weeks of the season. I think we've got a very favourable start, yes, but we've got 2 promoted sides. You never know what you're going to get from a promoted team. They can hit the ground running, some of them. So we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
What?
I just feel like it's a bit weird. I think this side is just a bit. I mean, look, I think it's probably. I think it's probably a bit too. That front three it's almost as if you watch the hundreds, the cricket, and these are like franchises that they've just literally got players just thrown together, like good high quality players,
Yeah.
like stars come together and they have like a competition together. I feel like I just feel like we've just got 3 random stars out of nowhere.
Do you feel like we're playing Football Manager and you've accidentally bought an extra striker? And now you've got too many strikers and one has to start your bench.
We haven't got 2 many, 'cause
We haven't got too many.
we couldn't have relied on Wesley this season.
Oh, absolutely
not
not.
for
Is he
me.
gone?
I don't think he has.
No.
I mean, the antics at Stoke just
Probably
ridiculous,
injured and
wasn't it?
struggling.
Yeah,
Into one
and
again.
behaving like that, especially when you're playing absolutely
Embarrassing.
dog.
Yeah, and he's
What was
trying to
that
get into the
about a
side.
friendly?
I know. You got to try really hard to get sent off in a friendly. It's actually quite difficult.
Yeah.
And he's managed to do it.
He
hasn't
went for the bloke 3
I
times.
don't want us to like get off and go on. Have a go. We got stuff to talk about because we are rushing.
No, I'm saying Wes, you
Yeah. No, that's
Pratt.
cool. That's cool.
There you
Yeah,
go. Any
Wesley
conversation?
Pratt. Well, yeah, probably become our 20-goal season.
yeah,
scorer
you watch
right
it.
now.
Play the season, man.
I want us to try and fit in. Obviously, we've got a few youth players that we are following, and now we're going to follow them at different clubs. So we've got Kessler, we've got Louis Barry, he's gone, and a quick mention on Kessler is he's already gone there. They already love him, and he's already won a penalty.
Yeah, he won the penalty for him, didn't they? And they've been raving about him.
Yeah,
He had a great game.
oh, absolutely.
I did keep an eye on the Ipswich game on Saturday, but he didn't come on, Barry.
I think he's playing tonight.
No, he's playing tonight. They're losing 1-0 already, actually.
Scored an own goal.
It's only 15 minutes in. Someone called Timmy Abraham has scored for
That's Tammy's
a
man.
Newport. From a Newport.
That is
game.
Tammy's.
That is Tammy's,
Sammy, isn't he?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
Tammy's
yeah.
brother, yeah. But no, Lou Barry's starting tonight. My old man's there representing,
Nice.
watching the game, scouting for us.
Obviously,
Keeping
yeah.
an eye on it.
I always thought he wasn't going to feature in our first team this year because he's just too. He still has the build of like a bit of a
teenager,
teenage boy.
yeah.
But he is. In all fairness, that's no slight. But
17.
he's not Premier League ready by any chance. I know people. They just see the name because he's for
wanna
some
throw
reason
him
he has got a bit of a name, and you see people on, these random Facebook groups, playing about six wingers and Louis Barry up front. This is my predicted team for this season.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
out, mate.
yeah.
Get real. Get real. It's good. It's a good move for him. It's a good club that is really in League One. It's
Great for developing youth as well.
Yeah, good level. I mean, League One's a good level. It's a good club as well. So I
Yeah.
think he'll do really well there.
Yeah.
They've got a decent fan base as well.
It's not bad, is it, really? So it's a good move for him, really. I mean, I think definitely need a loan move. I think there's probably a couple of others who could do with loan moves. Like Bradley Young will probably do with a loan move.
Yeah.
Maybe Aaron Ramsey as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we've got.
a good shout.
I think the big one for us this season is obviously we've got JJ, Chucky, JPB. I think Badace and Chucky, I think, can be involved. Do you think we've got enough room for Chucky and Jacob Ramsey?
I think Jacob Ramsey can be, if we don't sign a deeper line centre midfielder. I think Jacob Ramsey can be that player because he's a strong boy and he's really composed on the ball. I know we haven't seen a lot from him so far.
I've not seen anything yet from him,
but I do. I see something in him. I really see something in him, and I feel like he can sit. He can sit in on the two in a 4-4-2. Not too sure, but if we go 4-2-3-1, I could see him in that in that double pivot.
He moves the ball quickly. He's got, like I say, got quick feet. He's quite strong. I think he can. He's just never, like you say, we said it last season. He's never really pushed on and took that risk that you want him to take.
You want to see him be a bit braver, push himself that little bit further.
He's safety first, isn't
he? Yeah. That's all he's lacking.
It, safety first.
He has played himself in, to games, and I do see something in him, and hopefully, he can make a real effect this season. We are going to see, obviously, Chukwuemeka get his chance a few more times.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully we can see him obviously in number 10 slot and see what he's about really, because he does look a bit laboured sometimes. He looks a bit too casual.
I think we said it to me. I think he knows he's got the ability. He's filled with ability. We've seen it in the Youth Cup games, but now he's stepping into the first team games. He has got to just work on his sharpness be a bit more alert. Look, I'm not being funny. The kid's got bags of talent. Yeah. Like he's going to be an absolute baller for us. Like, got no concerns with him whatsoever. I just think for me, if I have my take on it, I think with JJ, I think if he doesn't do much up until the January period, I think that's when you say right loan. Look, I think he needs a loan move to the Championship along with Keenan Davis. Davis is injured, not going to happen. But yeah, I think for me, of the players that I'd look to loan out in the first team would be probably JJ and Davis. I don't think you can afford Chukwuemeka and him in the same squad, to be honest. Because you've got Louise, Sanson, Nakamba, and
potentially
another
one.
Midfield player. You've got too many midfield players in that squad. So I think for me, I'd love to see JJ go out and loan.
I wouldn't mind seeing him go down loan because he can play 40 to 45 games in the Championship for a team this season.
Yeah.
And that would do him well. But yeah, I'm really excited to see. I hope he can get a bit of run of games in the side, that Chukwuemeka, and I hope he starts to show what he was showing in those youth foot games at the back end of last season. It's going to be a big ask. He hasn't really adapted really well to the men's football that we've seen so far, but we haven't really seen him too much in a competitive game.
It's going to be a learner for him, learning.
Yeah, let's hope. Yeah. But you know what? But players like that, they can come on, burst onto the scene, take their chance, and look really, really good. He scored some cracking goals last season in the FA Youth Cup, so he's looking good. And like we said before, JPB as well. He looks like he can play in men's football now, and he can play in the Premier League. So he's my wild card for Saturday, and he's. I mean, it's a bit early for it, but 1-0 Villa. Villa June Badace, mate.
That is where we were going next. Watford, first game of the season. We are back. Prediction time.
3-0 Villa. Mate, I'm not even joking. 3-0 Villa.
Nothing special.
That's fair.
Watford just come up. Who've they got? Troy Deeney?
Sarr.
About it.
Sarr.
Who we got? I'm just saying. 3-0 Villa. I think that we're an established Premier League club now, and Watford are just they're like yo-yoing, aren't they?
We're due to span them at Vicarage Road as well.
Yeah.
It is Vicarage Road.
It is, yeah.
So 3-0 Danny Ings to score his Premier League debut for the Villa.
I'm going to go 1-0 as well, Danny Ings. I think it'll be one of those games where we come out and say, I made hard work of that, but we've got the 3 points, and then we can push on against Newcastle. I'm going to go 1-0.
I think Ings will get the assist, but Philogene Badace will get the goal.
Ashley Young back at his old club as well. I have Captain Young on the old fantasy. Defender could get clean sheet points. See, I don't think he'll start Badace, I don't. I think if it's the same situation as Sunday, I think he'll start Ashley Young and El Ghazi, because I know Trollway didn't look up to, I mean, I don't know if you boys watched it, Trollway looked miles off on Sunday, weren't up to fitness whatsoever, kept on losing the ball. Yeah. But I think if it's the squad that I think it's going to be in terms of fitness, and there's no Buendia, there's no Bailey, Trollway's not fully fit, it's between Badace and Young. I've got a funny feeling he'll go for Young just for the experience on Saturday.
Rolling back the ears, Ashley Young on the left wing.
I know. At Watford as well, bit of.
And he'll do a good job, he's just won blooming Serie A.
Yeah. I see what during the pre-season he's looked fit as a fiddle. He's looked so sharp.
Yeah.
Got no problems with Ashley Young whatsoever. So yeah, I think Dan Ings 1-0 for me. I'd love to see Ashley Young pop up with an assist and a clean sheet for the old fancy football. Yeah.
Nice. And you've gone 3-0.
3-0.
Sam,
Thanks.
You're 1-0.
Sam, yeah.
Superb.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
it,
it.
mate.
So I'll see you
That's it, mate.
That's
see you
it.
at Watford on
Yeah,
there.
that's
See Watford on the coach, on the train.
Yeah, we're back.
See you
Any
in
tickets
what-
going? I am looking for one. Available until, I'll give it until midday on Saturday, so thanks.
We'll pull
in
through.
advance.
We'll pull through.
See you in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, there you go.
Spot on.
If you enjoyed our podcast, please click the subscription button ready to hear next week's. Remember, for all the latest news, articles, matchday information, pre- and post-match reports, please go to www.everyweekwefollow.co.uk. Please also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, with more information coming in regards to Facebook. Thank you.